morning to one and all present here. Respected dignitaries on the dais, esteemed speakers, faculty members, researchers, students, and dear participants, a very good morning to one and all. On behalf of the Department of International Business, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the ICSSR SRC-sponsored National Seminar on Potential of India's Export and Import Opportunities through Entrepreneurship and Startups. This seminar is envisioned as a platform to deliberate, discuss, and explore the emerging opportunities, challenges, and strategies related to entrepreneurships, startups, and India's growing role in global trade. To formally commence the program, may I invite Professor Bhushan D. Sudhakar Sir, Department of International Business, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, everyone. Innovation distinguishes between a follower and a global leader, said by the great Steve Jobs. Department of International Business is proudly celebrating 20 years of its existence. So we started in 2006 and we have come across many milestones. At the same time, we have also produced proudly we can say global leaders, some of our alumni who are at the World Bank, at the ADB, and many other portfolios. You name a country, we have an alumni there. At the outset, we all welcome, as a DIB family, our Dean, Professor P. Natarajan, School of Management. We also have a distinguished guest, Dr. Banavat Punnam Kumar, an young, not only young doctor, but young ITS, Joint Director General of Foreign Trade, Southern Region, Chennai. We have in the midst of us Professor K. Tarnikarasu, Director Studies. I would like to highlight the designation what Sir carries, that is, or the role what he carries. Educational Innovation and Rural Reconstruction, Pondicherry University. So, sir, we welcome you, sir. Why we are highlighting on that is, look at the portfolio or the role. Education requires innovation, and that too, country like India, we come from, chunk of it, we come from rural background. So sir looks into all of that and he is guiding us. Sir, welcome for this two-day national conference. At the same time, faculty of DIB, faculty of, from School of Management, we have Professor Shankaran, Head of the Department from Economics. Sir, welcome. The teaching and non-teaching staff who are here, the scholars of DIB and other scholars. We have our professor who's also come here. So we welcome you, sir, Professor Sharma. We should thank Dr. P.G. Arul, the conference coordinator, who has taken steps. He was contemplating from the year 2025, but there's a time, 2026. So I think with all his efforts, we are making it possible. So we welcome Dr. P.G. Arul also for this. Due to the busy schedule of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Prakash Babu sir, he was unable to be here with us, but he sends his warmest greetings to each one of us. At the same time, we'll be joined by our Honorable Registrar, Sri R. Gunasekaran sir. He'll be joining us during the valedictory of this two-day national conference. With your permission, I would like to touch upon on the theme, because entrepreneurship and startup cannot be taken out from any business school faculty, especially from me. Because I worked in a startup as a director, as a push Pondicherry University Step Up Hub for 2 years as a director marketing. Resonance of innovation captures India's journey from its traditional trading community to a growing hub of startup-driven export opportunities. We all know that India is ranked as the top 3 startup ecosystems worldwide. At the same time, if you touch in United States, they are about 45%. India is about 5%, as I mentioned. And China also not even touched the double digits. They're about 9%. So look at 50% is captured, or maybe 60% is captured by these three giant countries, and remaining are occupying the rest of the 40% of countries. After said 5% of global startup activities, we are unable to scale up on many folds. Say it on the government initiatives, say it on policy level, say it on the entrepreneurship spirit that each one of us carries with. There is one small, on a lighter side. India is a unique country, we all know that. Here we don't ask, what is your business idea? What do we ask? We ask, what is the funding, who is funding it? So everyone believes the funding than the idea. So now 2026, I think we should start believing in business ideas. They say that US builds startup ideas in their garages. China, they build their innovative ideas within their factories. Where Indian startup ideas comes, as I was studying on all of these startups, which have registered 2 lakh startups in the country, in the nation. And most of them have born in hotels, even on a roadside, even at the cafes, even online classes, or even in a class. This idea has come up, and they are building on that. With having 1.5 billion population in the nation, I think it is, we need to scale up with our ideas. Today, you tell me about you, we will tell about your country. That is the notch what everyone is talking about. Indians, we are good at not only English, but mathematics. But I think we need to make a mark on startup and innovation. The theme of the conference is on entrepreneurship and startup. I have seen few of the MBA programs as MBA Entrepreneurship Management, MBA Startup Management, but I think these two are two hands or two hearts, two ideas which it should be imbibed in our curriculum, MBA IB curriculum. So here we are having IB students and LSCM students. You see their curriculum, sir. In their curriculum, we have brought much of it as entrepreneurship and startup, as syllabi in across in every unit. Though they go for a lot of internships and bring out, learn their knowledge and make themselves as to be readily available as a manager. With this outline, I invite everybody for this 2-day national conference on potential for India's export and import opportunities. I'm sure how much we are exporting our startup ideas will be dwelled in this 2-day national conference. And so once again, I welcome everybody who is present here and who are to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for setting the tone of the seminar with your insightful welcome. I now invite the dignitaries to light the lamp.
objectives and scope of this national seminar, I request Professor P.G. Arul, Seminar Convener, Department of International Business, Pondicherry University, to address the gathering.
Esteemed Professor K. Taranikarasu, Director, Studies, Educational Innovation and Rural Reconstruction, Pondicherry University. Respected keynote speaker, Dr. Benavat Poonam Kumar, ITS Officer, Joint Director, Director General of Foreign Trade, Southern Region Office, Chennai. Beloved our Dean, Professor P. Natarajan. My dear colleague, Professor Bhushan D. Sudhakar, Head of the Department. My colleague, Dr. K. Bhuneshwari. Participants from different parts of the country. Respected Dean, CDC, other faculty members from the Department of International Business, a research scholar, students from the Department of International Business, particularly the LSEM as well as the IB students, media people, persons from DMRC. I welcome you all on behalf of the Department of International Business for this 2 days national seminar on potential for India's export and import opportunities through entrepreneurship and startup. This particular seminar is sponsored by Indian Council of Social Science Research, Southern Region Center, which is located in Hyderabad. We have done so many programs sponsored by ICSSR over the period. Thanks to both Delhi office as well as the Hyderabad office for their continuous support of organizing this kind of seminar, especially in the university campus. This particular seminar is taken into consideration to highlight to the students about the opportunities exist, especially in the area of international business, particularly in export and import. As you are all aware, Government of India regulate, especially the India's foreign trade through the Director General of Foreign Trade. So I am really very happy and thankful to the DGFT, Southern Region Office, from where Mr. Poonam Kumar is representing as a Joint Director General of Foreign Trade. Sir, we are really happy once again inviting you for this conference. We have a very good association with DGFT over the period. DGFT is the organization, they always bring out the foreign trade policy, wherein a lot of initiatives taken on behalf of the Government of India. Some of the highlights are, you all aware, India is one of the leading country marching towards the third big economy in the world. So that is the one thing which is happening. India set a goal of reaching 900 USD billion worth of export, for which left and right the Government of India is working on. All the contributors, they are, especially the stakeholders, contributing towards achieving that particular task. We are in a position to reach at least 750 USD billion worth of export. When it comes to services sector export, we have already crossed 400 USD billion worth. So there is a huge potential when it comes to export and import, especially for India. In the days to come in, already they are marching towards in the very, very positive direction. So that things are happening. On the other side, even though there are a lot of potential available, when it comes to startup and entrepreneurship, particularly in the area of export and import, is not that much attractive. But nowadays, things are getting changed, keep changing. You might have heard about it, our Prime Minister address, especially in the National Startup Day, which was celebrated very recently on 16th of December, wherein he is trying to highlight India is one of the third leading country in terms of number of startups are coming in. It means industrialists, the students, researchers, every one of them, they have started bringing out some kind of idea through which they want to form some kind of entrepreneurship, or otherwise they want to start some kind of new businesses. So that kind of things are emerging. So this is the right time to have a conference, particularly focusing on export and import related entrepreneurship and startup. One more thing also which I want to highlight, there are sectors, huge number of startups and entrepreneurship these days are coming up, especially in the area of financial technology, health technology, education technology, mobile commerce, sustainability, artificial intelligence and machine learning, cyber security, logistics and supply chain management area, food technology, agriculture technology, 5G and then Internet on Things, blockchain technology, autonomous vehicles, biotechnology. These are all the area in which Indians are start contributing too much. The number of startups are registered, especially in the Startup India portal, that is also keep increasing. So that is why we thought of having this kind of seminar, especially in the university campus. Definitely after attending this particular conference, you people can enrich yourself. Some of them can get into entrepreneurship, some of them having some kind of business idea, they can try to execute it in the name of new startup. All can happen. That's the intention with which this particular conference is organized by the Department of International Business. I wish to highlight what are the sessions are going to be here, especially after the inaugural. If you look into the first session, today we are going to have a panel discussion. People from the industry, particularly Sri Joseph Samuel from CEO, the founder, Zomeria Incorporation, Pondicherry, he will be sharing his expertise. We are also going to have Binu Prem Kumar, then Subhashri Kandiban. These are all some of the executives, entrepreneurs. They are going to offer their own special address, especially the addresses titled Role of Make in India, Startup India, Atmanirbhar Bharat in International Business. The second speaker is going to share the phases of opportunities and challenges, startup from 1980s to 2020s, then passion, profession and profit. So one of the new entrepreneur from Tutu Korean, Mrs. Subhashri Kandiban, she is going to share that kind of address. Followed by we are going to have a number of panel discussion. We also received around 100 plus papers, out of which 50 of them they are going to make their presentation in 4 different technical sessions. Each session is titled, the first session titled Global Trade, Policy, Political Economy and International Business. That is the one session. The second session titled Export Opportunities through Startup and Entrepreneurship. The third session is titled Digital Transformation, Financial Technology, AI, E-commerce and Technology. This is the third one. The fourth session titled Sustainability, Tourism, Green Business, Logistics and Sectoral Studies. So there were 4 different sessions are already made arrangements wherein the paper presenters from different part of the country, they are going to make their research paper presentation. Followed by we are going to have a validity address tomorrow. So this is what the program schedule we have planned for it. I hope this seminar is going to a huge impact on all of you. Definitely people can see in future you are an entrepreneur, you are a new startup person with a new idea. With this note, once again I welcome you all. Once again I am insisting you try to get interact with the industry expert. Try to enrich your business idea with their support. With this intention only this particular seminar is organized. So once again thank you all for being here. Once again thank you so much, especially the Director General from Foreign Trade from the Ministry of Commerce. Also our Professor Dharni Karasu sir, even the busy schedule he agreed to be here. Thanks to our Professor Nadarajan sir, he is always the mentor, captain of the ship. He always takes the School of Management in a very positive direction. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your presence.
Most respected President of this occasion, Professor K. Dharni Karasu, the Director Studies, Innovation, Rural Reconstruction, Pondicherry University, and the Chief Guest, beloved Poonam Kumar, and Deans from CDC, and then HODs of different departments, and student friends. Good morning, one and all. Good morning, very good morning. First of all, let us give a happy birthday for Startup Mission, 10th anniversary of Startup Mission. Give a big hand to that. India is successfully launching into the 10th year of Startup Mission goal, and it is like a kind of revolution. So over a period of 10 years, we have seen a kind of galloping growth in startup. Of course, there are some setbacks. Such setbacks should also be addressed. Then only we will be able to have a kind of balanced growth. Okay. At the time of, in the year 2014, it was only nearly 400. Now we have gone into 2 lakh, around 2 lakh startups. And only 4 or 5 unicorns. Now we have around 125 unicorn enterprises. What's a unicorn enterprise? What's a unicorn? Any guess? Unicorn, what's the criteria for deciding unicorn startups? Unicorn startups are startups whose turnover limit crossed $1 billion. $1 billion. $1 billion is equivalent to how many crores? Just calculate, being the international business students, you have to be thorough with the million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, like that it goes. So billion, what's called this unicorn enterprises are also increasing. Because of the increasing number of unicorn, we got the third place, third largest startup ecosystem, as Bhushan said, and it is being endorsed by your HOD also, your Arul also, Dr. Arul, the former HOD. So we have get into the third largest position because of that. Unicorn, and many more, lot of small startups are also coming up in a large scale, and by and large there are some setbacks, as I said, with respect to the financial front, finance front only. And now again, as a potential entrepreneur, when you are having the spirit and the drive or insight to get into entrepreneurial line, definitely the startup is the route. Friends, I will be telling in this way, entrepreneurship is the input. Because it is the quality, behavioral quality of an individual. Behavioral quality of an individual, entrepreneurship. Startup is the tool or mechanism or process. Then export and import opportunities are outcome. Export and import opportunities are outcome. Now we are dwelling more on the process stage, and we have to reap the advantages of export and import opportunities. Being the international business students, you are good at export management and import management, export documentation, import documentation, but I heard. And one of the agenda of promoting the international trade is, in addition to work for uplifting the export growth, we have to work for reducing the imports also to some extent, or for which we have to get into import substitution. Import substitution. So what are all the measures, ways and means with which import substitution could be realized, for which a startup paves the way. So in this just the few minutes address, I would like to give you the current trend of the brief note about the entrepreneurship and startup, and then the export opportunities for startups, import opportunities for startups, and then the key drivers and supports, and then how startups can be tapped in. So being a student, just listening 2 days seminar, you cannot become an entrepreneur immediately. You cannot become a startup owner, CEO. So it needs a kind of in-depth or deep dive. So we are talking about deep technology. Now similarly, you have to have an entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is different from mere intelligence or mere skillful. It's a combination of 3 things. We have to have motives, we have to have skills, and we have to have values also. When value system is not there that much in a proportionate way, automatically now we are seeing the global scenario. What our US leader is telling, is dictating, is pressurizing, is coercing. How it comes? He is a typical entrepreneur with the, just from my perception, it may be accepted by all also. Among the 3, the third one may be little less. So that's why that kind of arrogance comes and trying to coerce, and he is making all kind of a pressurizing attitude and trying to coerce the countries in and around. When it is the case, how do we get into global peace? So for all the unpeacefulness, the trade, global trade is the matter. So we have to ensure the ethics while trading. So thereby we will automatically peace and prosperities will come. That also we have to get into. So the first and foremost thing to get into startup is, as an individual, you cannot be merely a graduate from a premier university, Pondicherry University, with the first class or distinction. You have to have a real drive. You have to have a real drive, and for which you have to have a strong convictions, dedication, and commitment. These are all the things. Entrepreneurship primarily needs two important character. One is risk-taking, another one is innovation. Innovate or perish is the mantra. Innovation is the gateway for growth. These are all proven statements. That is why they said that as an individual, if I want to become an entrepreneur, it is not necessary that I have to start a business or set up an industry. Even in the university system, I can be an entrepreneur. So when I am working for the promotion of the university, I can be called an intrapreneur. Similarly, all government departments, even now our friend Poonam Kumar is here, I can call him as an intrapreneur. So he is working for DGFT and promoting the trade activities in the country, and especially is working for promoting the special economic zone of Telangana state. He is holding additional charge also. So in that, unless otherwise he is having a spark in that, he cannot take up this ITS, Indian Trade Service. All of us may be knowing IAS, IFS, IPS, no? And IRS and all. Indian Trade Service has been recent addition, and again it may be 12 to 15 years back, and he has chosen that being a medical profession. By qualification, by skill, he is a doctor. He has practiced in ESI hospital also, and he has chosen this line career because of guiding the entrepreneurs in a proper way, and thereby we can work for or contributing our best for the betterment of the country. So this startup ecosystem, once when you are properly concentrating on that, definitely it will pave the way for fostering innovation. I said about, in a simple word, innovation. Innovation is the gateway for growth. Innovation making a trivial change in existing thing. That's called innovation. So in everything, everything we can do that innovation. The thing is, we have to think differently. We have to have an out-of-box thinking. We have to make use of our right side of our brain and try to work for bringing creativity in a large scale. Thereby innovation will come. Again, under innovation, India is lagging behind. With 150 crores of population, innovation index, we are in the position of 135th country. Is it good? We have good amount of human capital, but that human capital is not properly channelized, not properly derived, or not properly geared up, and that's why we are getting the problem. He tells about the scale up. Scaling up and gearing up is very much essential. Mere scaling up will not do, it has to go with the gearing up also. So that gearing up from internal energy. From as an youngsters, when you have an energy for taking up entrepreneurship, definitely you will be a successful person. Because in the startup, though we are broadly climbing, highly climbing, we have 2 lakh startups, and nearly 40 to 45% startups are failed in one way or other reason, especially raising capital. And for which again MSME has increased the capital limit also, so you can, instead of going for a big unicorn and all, you can set up a small enterprise in the form of micro, small or medium enterprises, and you can be a successful person. And then once when you are reaching that stage, you can think of becoming a unicorn. So that entrepreneurship is the base for everything. It is connecting to human being in terms of quality or character. That's why I say entrepreneurship is a character, is a quality. That entrepreneurial spirit is very much essential for achieving anything and everything. And India is based upon the younger generation. So we have to reap the demographic dividend. To reap the demographic dividend, definitely we have to impart entrepreneurial education. Entrepreneurial education is very much essential. Even I can call that man our media person. No, I can see him, some kind of entrepreneurial quality in him. That's why he is able to successfully thrive in this field. No substitute. I am just last 10, 12 years he is doing the job with a smiling face. So this is a small example, just I am telling you, a live example. So this we have to show. This we have to show, and this is the base. Once when you have started showing that, definitely, though the success may be delayed, success will come. So you have to believe that, because belief is again the base. So we have to believe and then perform, thereby success will come. So entrepreneurship is the base number 1. Okay. Then how the entrepreneurship can be taken up. In the yesteryears years, we have started in the form of small, ordinary business in our own way. It will take in its own course of action to get into success. 20 years, 25 years. Now, in 2 years, 3 years, they are able to taste the success of the business. It is because of the strong convictions and the full dedication and commitment that made them to be a successful person. A student from BVOC in Kerala, Kottayam, second year BVOC student, is able to earn 2,25,000 every month because of developing two apps. Two apps which has got a very good likes and for which it fetches him kind of around on an average 2 lakh rupees per month. Imagine, just at the age of 18 or 19. Is able to make, that means a kind of a strong thinking commitment which made him to develop that app, and that app has very wide welcome. So similarly, in so many dimensions, again, entrepreneurship is not only setting up entrepreneur, not industry or factory. So service sector is gaining momentum now. That is why even MSME, there is no classification of manufacturing and service sector. So they are fixing the limit in terms of plant and machinery, investment on plant and machinery and turnover only. So there is no segregation of manufacturing and service, because service sector is booming now. Nearly 64% of the GDP is being given by service sector. So when it is the case, as a knowledge worker, we are all called a knowledge worker. We are all called a knowledge worker. We can get into the startup ideas relating to service sector, which needs mostly knowledge, which needs a kind of smiling service, with which we will be able to make legitimate earnings. I'm underlining the word legitimate earnings, not looting. Okay? These are all the things you have to keep in mind while thinking of becoming an entrepreneur itself. While thinking of becoming an entrepreneur itself, you have to keep the value components at all time. So definitely it will guide you properly, thereby you can be a successful person. You might have heard about the coffee day entrepreneur, coffee day owner, promoter. What is his name? Who committed suicide? Huh? Coffee day, yeah, Karnataka person. Siddharth, no? He committed suicide because of his financial stress, no? Heavy financial stress. Now, his missus took up the business after 1 year or 1.5 years. Now, she made a turnaround strategy and made it successful one. Okay, so again, gender. There is no gender bias. It needs only basically the spirit and commitment. So she is taking a lot of efforts, all-round efforts, and by taking up a turnaround strategy and made it successful one now. So this is how we can tell a lot of stories or anecdotes related to entrepreneurship. It is not only for motivating you to take up and see that how you have to seriously carry it, put forward, and you are succeeding in that. So a lot of entrepreneurial opportunities are there in the export line, especially just I am telling the broad areas, aerospace and defense area, then electrical vehicles, and then medical technology and the scientific instrumentation, agro-technology and food processing. Again, agro-technology and food processing, a lot of innovations are there. Possibilities are there to set startup enterprises. And then similarly in the way of importing also, as I said, import substitution is the need of the hour for a country like India in order to get into self-reliance. Now India should become a self-reliant India. Then only we will be able to achieve the Viksit Bharat 2047. Otherwise it will become a nightmare. So for which again, we have to think in that line also, being an IB students. No, when IB students are not thinking, economic students are not thinking, management students are not thinking, who will think about it? These are all very, very technical aspects wherein we have not pondered over deeply. That's why still that problem persists. So import specialty chemicals, edible oils and cocoa, and then advanced components, importing high-tech components for domestic assembly, like EV batteries, solar panels, etc. These are all, we are importing some component and making some value addition and creating a startup enterprises and making it successful. So input components, especially on medical line and this edible oils and chemicals. We are making huge payment for chemicals. So for which again during the COVID time, India has got a big setback because of a barrier, non-tariff barrier. No, we are unable to get the input. And that way pharma industry suffered, had a setback during that time. Almost every industry had it, but pharma industry is severely affected. Tourism industry is severely affected, isn't it? So for which what you have to do, we have to find out the alternative. So in the 2 days deliberations, you have to have a deep understanding of the concepts and messages given by the experts and see that you are able to conceive an idea, and then develop it in a right perspective, and then take up launching initiative. So thereby you will be able to succeed. And the key drivers and supports. I am telling on the way to some extent sort of failures are also there. But it is not for discouraging you. So similarly, government is taking up all-round efforts to make India as a hub, startup hub. You might have heard about Silicon Valley, how the US become economic power, economic giant, and again US dollar is one of the dominant currency decades together, 2 decades, 3 decades. So that's how they made a country stronger. No? And even though euro dollar is a stable currency, they are unable to overcome the USD. Again, lot of political strategies are there in that. So leaving that, euro is faring well and is a relatively stable currency, but despite that they are unable to. It all because of some power. That power has gained by US because of the trade, no? And now they have come to the stage of dominating the entire globe to that level, but it may not be a good. But how long we can be a successful person? No, certainly one competitor will come and no. So automatically many competitors are emerging economies are coming up like India. And that's why the people are having a kind of envying look on India. When when we proceed in this line, definitely another 5 years or 10 years, we will be able to supersede. No, so it needs a kind of vigorous intention and involvement. So with respect to initiatives, Government of India initiatives are there. Then a strong ecosystem has been built by means of involving all high-fi institutions like IITs, Indian Institute of Science, and they are all working for promoting the startups. And then the strong ecosystem, then sectors-driven growth. Every sector is being geared up, and that's why a lot of analysis, SWOT analysis is being taken up every now and then. Especially once the COVID is over, almost a lot of analysis done by the big 4 companies. Big 4 companies in India, in the world, you may be knowing, no? The financial analysis company. They have done a SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis, sector-wise, and gave them a suggestion how to gear up. Don't get into the setback and be idle. We have to gear up. So that's how resilience has come. Resilience in the economy has come. We were able to withstand the shocks, and now we are able to gear up. And then kind of a good amount of resilience has come in all sectors of the economy. And in the same way, the startup are also gaining momentum. Okay. So these are certain drivers, and through a lot of government schemes are also there. And with that scheme, you can get into PMKSY scheme, PMFME scheme. Many a time as a student, you may not be in a position to find out the time to look into that. Because all along you are wailing away the subjects. That is also essential. In addition to that, you have to have the peripheral knowledge also. You have to have a peripheral knowledge also. When you see the schemes, all the schemes are excellent schemes really. Most of the time, we people are not having awareness, and it's even down the line, when we educated guys are not having awareness, how about the other people? So as a student, it is our again social responsibility. We have to gain awareness and we have to promote it also. So once when you are able to promote it, though not you become an entrepreneur, somebody else will become an entrepreneur. So PMKSY scheme, the Prime Minister's formalization of micro food processing enterprises, and another one PLI, SFPI, that is a production linked incentive scheme for food processing industry, and DPIIT and Make in India. DPIIT is working, it has been geared up and it is working for promoting the startup India very much. And similarly, the Make in India initiative has also made a remarkable change in our country. So these are all some of the steps taken from the government side. But whatever it is, ultimately the person who is going to start up, going to start a venture, so he has to have a kind of strong determination, dedication, and commitment. So that's why entrepreneurship is very much essential. So the title is coined in such a way, you have to read the title of the conference in such a way and get an understanding. No? Entrepreneurship is the base, startup is the medium or tool through which we can get into, and thereby we will be able to capture the export opportunities as well as import opportunities. So now we have started producing things and started making revenues also. At the same time, we are not able to tap the full extent of export potentials. Similarly, we have not contributed that much towards the import. So that also we have to look into. Import substitution we have not looked into that much. So what are again you have to get into the sector wise. You can choose your area, what area you are interested. If you are interested in aerospace, you can. If you are interested in EVs, you can get into that. If you are interested in food processing, you can get into that. And collect the data, up-to-date market data, the current trend and the status, and then conceive an idea, make out a business plan and launch. So this is how we can get into, and we have to identify the gap for it first. then innovate for exports, and leverage support. What are all the leverage system, leverage supports available? Many times people are not aware of that. So that is why even some banks and financial institutions also telling that, sir, we have schemes. There are no takers. There are no takers. So it all because of the lack of awareness. That also we have to do. And then the focus on value addition. Whatever work we do, some value addition should be there. Similarly in startup, value addition. Just by making, you need not go from starting from scratch. You need not go from starting from scratch. Now, how the solar panel, when we are getting the solar cells, importing solar cells, we can design the solar panel and promote it. And that way it will pave the way for creating solar energy, and it will be the need of the hour for a country like India. Power for all. That is a concept caption. Not a mighty power or financial power. Electric power is very much essential. And that's why we have to work for promoting all kind of the renewable energy sources, wind energy and other thing. And again, our guest speaker, the Poonam Kumar, will also give a lot of highlights on that. So what I would like to say is the startup ecosystem has been rightly formulated by Indian government in the last 10 years, and it has reached a kind of sizable growth, and it has to be further geared up, and for which a kind of strong conviction and dedication is very much essential from the younger generation, especially the students who are studying in the universities and colleges. Now you have to have an entrepreneur mindset rather than thinking of taking up a small job. Now, job can cater your immediate needs, but your long-term vision cannot be achieved. Long-term vision. That's why as a student, you have to have the difference between job and career. You have to conceive a career right now. Don't look into the job. No, you can search for job, try to ensure your earnings, basic earnings, but all the time, at all time, you have to think about your career. So when you think about your career, now itself when you started planning, definitely you will be able to achieve your vision very categorically in 10 years or 15 years period of time. Then rest of the period, you will be getting royalty because of your know-how. In science, people, when they develop the patents, the patent will give them revenue. Patents will give them revenue continuously, and even up to 35 years, 40 years, they are seriously working. No? Then after that, automatically they will be able to get a reasonable amount of income from that. Isn't it? So this is how, being a management student, you have to think in that line and get into each and every concepts very deeply and understand it, then try to practice it. Don't make a kind of floating or peripherals. So entrepreneurship need a kind of deep conventions and ready to bear the risk at all time. Again, the risk perception of the people are also tremendously changing when compared to last 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. In our period, we were scared of taking up entrepreneurship. No, though I am teaching and telling so much about entrepreneurship, this thinking have been developed in me in 1990s itself. But we were scared of. We want a job. Because at that time, this much of awareness is not there. So that's why we searched for a job, get into the job, and we have been oriented towards the ethics and values. So that's why we are showing that the dedication, commitment and values in our job. That's how we have come up. But the same thing when you are showing up on entrepreneur line, you can be a different person. No, you can be at a very the helm of affairs position, and you can be a very richest person, as well as you can do a lot of service to the society also. See the Infosys Narayana Murthy and Sudha Narayana Murthy. No, they are all really models, icons for the youngsters. So don't think about a kind of a crooked the entrepreneurs who are aggrandizing the profit by means of cheating the innocent public, ignorant public, and by means of damaging the earth and environment. No. So we have to have a kind of the values also while taking up entrepreneurship, and thereby we can have a kind of consistent growth, and we will be able to facilitate the other stakeholders also. So with this few information, because I can keep on talking, but due to want of time, thus I am closing here. And I'm really happy to congratulate the Department of International Business, who is continuously striving for promoting the welfare of the students by imparting knowledge, skills and value system. And they are showcasing the people from different field, especially industries. And you have to emulate them. You have to identify one or two qualities from them and try to imbibe in you. So when you are started doing, certainly you can see a kind of versatility in you. So this is how you have to mold your personality also. Entrepreneurial personality is very much essential for everyone, whether you are going to become a businessman or not. Now you can be a government officials like us, me and a guest person and all. No, and you can be even social reformers also. You might have heard about Anna Hazare. You might have heard about Matagi. They are all called social reformers. They have entrepreneurship in there. Similarly, you might have heard about the cultural entrepreneur like S.P. Balasubramanian. No, he's a Diane in the field of music. What is in him? What is the quality in him? I can strongly say entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship quality was with him. That's how that only made him to be a very successful Diane, A. Rahman. No? So this is what is called cultural. So what is required in the present day context to reap the democratic advantage is inculcating entrepreneurial spirit in you. When you are inculcating the entrepreneurial spirit, definitely you can take up the startup and make it very successful one, and thereby you will be your life will be meaningful. You will be happy. You can contribute your best for the betterment of the society as well as country. So innovation is fostering in not only innovation, the startup. It drives the economic growth also. When you grow, automatically from you, country will also grow. So that orientation we have to have. So once when you are taking up all the discussions and deliberations in the 2 panel discussions and the 2 working sessions, definitely we will be getting a lot of inputs. So gaining knowledge by listening and observation is better than gaining experience. Okay, with this message, once again I wish the entire department as well as the coordinator of the program, Dr. Arul, who has successfully considered the theme of the program. And again, I am very happy to extend my thanks to ICSSR also for funding all our initiative. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening and motivating us with your words. Next, to formally inaugurate today's seminar, may I invite Professor K. Tarnikarasu, Director, Studies, Educational Innovation and Rural Reconstruction, Pondicherry University, to deliver the inaugural address.
Respected Dean, School of Management, Professor P. Natarajan, and Head of the Department, Professor Bhushan T. Sudhakar, and the keynote speaker, Dr. Banavat Punnam Kumar, Joint Director General of Foreign Trade, Southern Regional Office, Chennai, and the seminar convener and MMTTC Director, Professor P.G. Arul, and other faculty members of Department of International Business, faculty members from other departments, deans, director, and my dear students. Good morning, everyone. So recently, Professor P.G. Arul invited me for this, one of the MMTTC program, where the title is the online teaching. So the online teaching now is picking up, and the real content is not there. Even though during the COVID, so we were forced to teach with whatever the content we have to the students, but still the online teaching is not picking up, and there is no quality content. That's why he started this, but it is a booming business now. So similarly today, so he has taken a very, very important topic, like potential for India's export and import opportunities through entrepreneurship and startup. This is again very important topic, but still there is no much discussion on this. Today we are very happy that more than 2 lakh entrepreneurs, startups have been started in India, and of course it is because of the Startup India program. In 2018 it was inaugurated, and but I feel we have more potential. So being India of 1.4 billion population, So we have very good opportunities to start more and more. Of course, this is the initial curve. It is going to boom, I know. The startup is going to boom because one startup will definitely give the confidence for the another startup. Especially what Professor Nadarajan told, 100 unicorns in India is really a big success. But I would like to touch upon some of because all these, the international business related, I think your teachers are there and expert is also there to train you all those things. But my question to you is, why 1.4 billion people, only 2 lakh startups? Can you guess anything? What is the reason maybe? They are MBA students. What may be the reason? Professor Nadarajan has already touched upon this. What may be the reasons? These are all not your academic syllabus will not be there. But this is the very important. Our Honorable Prime Minister already touched upon this. How many of you know about the Punch Prawn? Punch Prawn Amrit Kal. How many of you know about this? Nobody knows from in this. This is very important, what to say, very important. It is very important quote or very important resolution. He has made Punch Prawn of Amrit Kal. I would like to remind, then you can relate with what is the reason for this. The first prawn is goal of developed India. So we should all resolve that we can do it by 2047. How many of you feel that we can really do it by 2047 Viksit Bharat? How many of you feel? This hesitation is the reason for this Punch Prawn. The second is remove any trace of colonial mindset. We do not know what are all our colonial mindsets so far. Because we were ruled by invaders, from Mughalais, from Britishers. We were ruled by them, and they made us that you just listen. Do what I say. This mindset. It is in our genes now. We are all human beings, but still we are not freely express our ideas. We always, there is a force, we feel that there is a force, it is going to ask us. That is the mindset. So, nowhere, no academic books it carries how to remove this colonial mindset. Wherever we want to start, there is a hesitation. Professor Nadarajan was telling also. So we were actually, during this time, he has a lot of ideas, but we were waiting for the system to support them. But most of you also feel that someone will come and then guide us. Someone will come and help us. Someone will come and give the money to you. Who else will come? You are the spirit. You are the leader for your spirit. Who will come to you? That mindset only will come if you remove all the colonial mindsets. We should all come out from this. Okay, the baby step. Yeah, let us fall. What is wrong in it? We'll go again, we'll stand up. Nothing wrong in it. That's where the business will not come, right. It is not the red carpet will come. So I am thinking that, 2 lakh startup. Even though I say it is less, but still I feel that it is good that at least 2 lakh people is not in the job market. Correct? It is not in that burden. They are not giving this 2 lakh people are not giving the burden to the job market. Correct? So we should not be, after MBA, we should not be burdened to the job market. You have a capacity. That gives this punch prawn, gives this. Please go back and read the in-depth meaning of this. And the third one is take pride in our roots. We always feel that this is the rulers, invaders made us to feel that whatever you have is worthless. You see Europe, you see America, they are good, they are better than us. See the facilities like this. We can also make if you have a determination, whatever you see in other countries, you can also make. Our roots are better than their roots, correct? So before their invaders, do you think we were like animals? No, we were more civilized than them. Then if we were more civilized than them, that means we were more equipped. Correct? So all these years, it is not very 10 years, 15 years. From 14th century to 20th century, just see, more than 500, 600 years. It is not very easy to come out with this within this 75 years. I know. But your generation is the generation. Because already 2 lakh people have come out from and starting their showing this. 200 unicorns have come out and showing this. Why not you? Correct? So how many of you know whether the student can start the startup? How many of you know? Whether student can start the startup? Yes. So which policy allows us? There is, Sir was telling 2016, the Startup India started. Recently, Honorable Prime Minister also, it is 10 years they celebrated.
Last week, 16th January?
Yes, 16th January they celebrated it. And there only, proudly our Honorable Prime Minister said, every year 4,000 startups comes. It is one of the highest rate. And because of this, as Professor Natarajan was telling, the 100 unicorns only gives us the chance to become the third largest startup in the world. Even though it is less, but it is the third largest startup ecosystem. So giving ecosystem means it is one of the policy. Policy should support. But similarly, which policy gives student can and whether faculty can support the startup? Can be the part of the startup, faculty like us. Is it possible? No? It is possible. It is possible that we can support your startup officially. Please go back and read 2019 startup policy for students and faculties. These are all the international business students. You should know the policies which are very useful, very gives this ecosystem. So this is the reason. It is not, the develop will not come very easily. Once you remove from the mindset, the colonial mindset only, you can feel, yes, I can do it. Whatever, it is human beings. We have, even if you go back and check the IQ of Indians, we are far, far better than the Southeast Asian countries. I don't know how many of you visited China or Korea or Japan. Their IQ is very poor. I visited Korea, Japan. But still their confidence. our IQ is far, far better. That's why we always make fun of many things, correct? This is not very easy to make fun of everything because we have very good IQ. That's why we are making fun of this. Fun is not very simple thing to do it. Because we are confident. We are confident that we can do it. That's why we are making fun, we are making joke. The joke and fun is the last one of the very highest one of the any managerial skills also. Correct? So, we are all IQ wise very good, but still we have to be confident. That's why we are arranging these type of things to give the exposure to this, give the confidence to this. And as I mentioned, this is one of the hot field now. You have all degrees now, only to perform now, correct? All students. Our India is, very vibrant now because our youngsters are the very more than 50%. Whereas I don't know how many of you see in China, because of the stringent child policy, their youngsters are going down. Now they are removed, but still the youngster population is going down. They are now encouraging to have more children.
Second marriage, third marriage also.
Yeah, second is. But whereas we don't want to do already, we're all, age is very important. Whatever the bravery comes, at your age will not come to our age. That bravery-ness, then because your health will support. After 40, we will try to manage ourselves. Whereas you are all young and energetic and having lot of support. To coming to college itself is in a big challenges those days, but it is not so nowadays. So if you are very clear, you can come to college, you can perform. That system is very good now because the per capita GDP also very good. So when India got the independence, it was 230 rupees per person. But now it is more than 1.7 lakh rupees per capita, so income. So all your parents are having very good support and very good ecosystem. Only thing is you have to come out. That please go back and see 2019 the students and faculties, so the startup and discuss with your teachers and how your ideas can become a startup. There is definitely it is a international, the competition will be there. But the idea wise, India has a lot of ideas. If you just think about our roots, lot of business we can do, which the ideas are there. Their ideas are only, the material based. Our ideas are even humanities related. That's why we are very good at services. Humanities, social science ideas are far better than compared to other countries. So you can explore those things, and even though the GDP is good and the economy fifth largest, but still our GDP per capita GDP should be higher. So there are still poverty we have. So, and one more thing is we should explore the unexplored destinations also. We should not only concentrate on the countries where America or Europeans are concentrating. So think about how to do business with South America, how to do business with the African countries, where we can contribute more. So this main thing of this is to give the support, give this exposure to what are the export-import opportunities through entrepreneurship and startups. Please take note of this. I don't think it will be in your academic curriculum. So these ideas will definitely be useful, not only to you, at least if not, at least you can tell to your friends. So most of you might have seen this, some of your friends, oh, you are doing MBA international business, tell me, I want to start the international business, tell me how can I do. So those things also you can tell. You can tell the students, your friends also. So I take this opportunity to thank the ICSSR, SRC for sponsoring this national seminar. And I thank Professor P.G. Arul for bringing this wonderful idea of having seminar on this topic. And I thank Professor Bhushan Sudhagar and his colleagues for organizing this seminar on entrepreneurship and startup. So thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring inaugural session. It's my privilege to welcome Dr. B. Poonam Kumar, an officer of Indian Trade Service, currently serving as Joint Director General of Foreign Trade in Chennai, and also holding the additional charge of Development Commissioner, IFFCO Kisan Special Economic Zone, Andhra Pradesh. With his rich experience in trade policy formulation, export promotion, and trade facilitation, Dr. Poonam Kumar has played a significant role in strengthening India's export-import ecosystem. His insights are particularly valuable at a time when entrepreneurship, startups, and global trade are increasingly interconnected. His experience today adds immense value in this seminar as this experience bridges policy, administration, and practical implementation, offering meaningful perspectives to students, researchers, and aspiring entrepreneurs. On behalf of the Department of International Business, I warmly welcome Dr. Poonam Kumar and look forward to his keynote address.
Good morning to respected Tarnikaru sir and Natarajan sir, Arul sir, Bhushan sir, and Bhuvaneshwar madam, and students. See, I am Dr. B. Poonam Kumar, Joint Director General of Foreign Trade from Chennai. DGFT, Director General of Foreign Trade, one of the department under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. So, what are the we have totally 33 regional offices across India, 33 regional offices. In Tamil Nadu, we have 2 regional offices, one in Chennai, one in Coimbatore, 2. So, what are the main functions of DGFT, Director General of Foreign Trade? Main functions, 2 type of functions. First thing is trade regulation activities. Other thing is trade promotional activities. DGFT is regulating trade through various measures. DGFT is Foreign Trade Policy Formulation Body, DGFT. We are preparing foreign trade policy and policy for special economic zones and export overhead units and hardware and software technology parks. DGFT preparing these policies for these all bodies. And DGFT is regulating trade. For example, sometimes DGFT may impose restrictions or ban on export of rice or onions or any agricultural commodities or food items to control the price and food security reasons. Time to time, sometimes DGFT may impose export ban on rice to control the to protect the food security, and onions to protect the price. Through these bans, DGFT is regulating trade. Sometimes DGFT may impose restriction on import of some goods from China and some minerals to protect domestic industry. And sometimes DGFT may impose minimum import price. For example, minimum import price on cashew, areca nuts, betel nuts to protect domestic farmers, domestic industry. And sometimes DGFT may impose minimum export price to discourage the exports, to control the price and protect the domestic industry. So through various restrictions, so DGF is controlling the trade. And promotional activities. DGF is promoting one of the important body. We are promoting trade to various schemes to start export or import business. For anybody, IEC, Importer Exporter Code required. Section 7 of FTDR Act, IEC, Importer Exporter Code mandatory under Section 7 of FTDR Act. So we are issuing IEC, Importer Exporter Code. With IEC, we can start export or import business. IEC is enough. Now IEC is online 100%. Within 5 to 10 minutes, you will get IEC. See, 10 years back to get IEC, it may take 3 to 4 months time. Tougher than passport. Now IEC is online, automatic. Within 5 to 10 minutes, you will get IEC. Anyone can take IEC. Individually, proprietorship, partnership firm, limited company, listed company, anyone can take IEC. IEC is PAN based, one PAN, one IEC. So this permanent. With IEC, we can start export or import business. Next. 95% products are free. 95% products are free for export and import. No need to take license from government agencies. 95% product free. Only 4% product restricted. Restricted product. So we need license for import and export. For example, government may import restriction of import of laptops. We can bring the laptop, but we need license. Now, live animals import restricted. Animals, like pet dogs, or any live animals. Import of live animals restricted. So we cannot import. We cannot bring the animals from other countries. We need license. With license, we can import. So we can bring, but we need license. Some 1% products prohibited, like hazardous chemicals, radioactive materials, minerals, prohibited, not at all allowed. So 95% product free, license not required. So happily we can do export or import. So how to find whether our products free or restricted or prohibited? Simple. Go to DGF website, search column. You can enter your export product detail or ITCHS code. You will get all data. This thing. See? And how DGFT is supporting young entrepreneurs or startups? Recently, I visited one startup, like Agnikul company. Agnikul, that is startup. Now no more startup that is.
Sir, that is my brother's son.
Brother son, okay,
Srinath Ravichandran.
Yeah.
Agnikul Cosmos.
Yeah.
You are telling the same.
Same. Recently I met them.
Yes.
So, roughly 350 young engineers working in this company. 350. Now it is no more startup. The market valuation is more than 1,000 crores rupees. See, all are young entrepreneurs like you only. 350 young engineers working in that company. Now present market valuation is more than 1,000 crores. In 10 years it may reach to 1 lakh crore also. So I visited many companies like pharma companies. I visited pharma companies, seafood, engineering companies. I visited many companies. But this company is totally different. Physics, total different. So better to focus on different things. Don't focus on this delivery app, quick delivery, food delivery. Don't focus on these delivery sectors. Think differently. So how we support this company? This Agnikul, they imported one machinery from Germany. The custom duty, import duty, roughly 25 to 35%. So import duty itself 6 crore rupees for that machinery, one machinery. So they are importing many machinery from Germany and other countries. So they import under EPCG scheme, one scheme, DGFT scheme, Export Promotion of Capital Goods scheme. They import under that scheme. So duty is exempted, 0. Without paying custom duty, they imported the machinery. One machinery, they saved 5 crores rupees. This is one startup. Like many startups, they are importing many machineries. Many big players also, they are importing. Many companies, they are importing. So we have different schemes. Like EPCG scheme, Export Promotion of Capital Goods scheme. Under the scheme, you can import the capital goods, machineries, duty freely, no need to pay custom duty. But only thing is, you have to end foreign exchange, that condition. 6 times of duty saved value. This agriculture, they are providing services. They are earning foreign exchange, do services. They are providing service to foreign countries. So they are earning foreign exchange. One more scheme, Advanced Authorization Scheme. Advanced Authorization Scheme, you can import inputs, raw material components. Some pharma or chemical companies, they are importing inputs or raw material mostly from China, 95% from China. They are manufacturing tablets, syrups, antibiotics, vaccines, and they are exporting. Importing with value addition, they are exporting. So they can save the duty, custom duty, zero, no need to pay custom duty, again they can import. Under Advanced Authorization Scheme, duty freely you can import inputs, raw material components. Sometimes, to avail the free trade agreement benefits, the country, importing country may insist for certificate of origin. So we have free trade agreement for UK, now Oman, Australia, New Zealand, we have many countries. They may insist for free sale certificate of origin. So we are, DGFT is issuing certificate of origin online. You can obtain certificate of origin from DGFT portal online, 100% online. Simple, fill the application, submit. That's all. You will get certificate of origin. And sometime company may, sometime now, the importing countries may insist for free sale certificate, whether your goods freely saleable in India or not. From DGFT portal, you can obtain free sale certificate. We are issuing free sale certificates. So 99% DGFT schemes are online. From your laptop, you can take all benefits from your home. And STAR certificates. DGFT is issuing STAR certificate to exporters, depending on your export performance. 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star. Depending on their export performance. If your export performance more than $3 million in 3 years, you are eligible for 1 star. $25 million, 2 star. 53 star. So depending on 100, 400, something. So 1 to 5 stars. What are the advantage? So main advantage is you are exempt from bank guarantee. Star certificate holders exempt from bank guarantee. No need to produce bank guarantee to DGFT or customs authorities or any agencies. And 2 star and above certificate holders, they are eligible for AEO status, authorized economic operator status in customs. So they will not check your goods, everything they will not check. Everything is on self-certification basis, self-declaration. And 2 star and above certificate holders, they can start their own warehouse facilities, Government approval not required. This 2 star certificate is enough. You can start your own warehouse facilities. And Government of India brand value. You may get good orders from foreign countries. This is a brand value, recognition, Government of India. The star certificate. So DGFT is issuing star certificate to exporters based on their export performance. This is also 100% online. Only thing is, you have to upload the CA certificate, your performance. Past 2 years, export performance. That's all. And sometime nowadays issues related to payment and quality. If you are importing, sometime you may issue good quality goods, sometime poor quality goods. After exports, you may not issue payment. In that case, you can approach to DGFT authorities. DGFT is nodal agency for this quality and trade related disputes. We are nodal agency. Any quality related issues or payment related issues, any trade disputes, you can approach to DGFT authorities. So DGFT is nodal agency for these trade disputes. So 90%, roughly 70 to 75% we are resolving issues. Under this CQCTD mechanism. And DGFT and drawback, deemed export benefit. DGFT is giving drawbacks to deemed exports. You can take drawback benefits from DGFT authorities online. These are some major schemes from DGFT schemes. To start export or import, first you take IEC. IEC is mandatory. IEC is 100% online. Within 5 to 2 minutes, you will get IEC. So this is IEC. One more issue, SCOMET. SCOMET category. SCOMET means special chemicals, organism, material, equipment and technology. This is sensitive category, SCOMET category. Dual use. For example, one bacteria we can use for vaccine purpose, one virus or bacteria we can use for vaccine purpose, same thing biowar purpose. One machinery we can use for civilian aeroplane or military aeroplane. One radioactive material we can use for treatment of cancer, like cobalt or some radioactive materials we can use for treatment of thyroid cancer, blood cancers. Same thing we can use for atomic bombs. So these are SCOMET items. These are highly regulated. We can import or export SCOMET item, but we need license from DGFT authorities. With license, we can import or export these SCOMET category of items. So these are the broad DGFT services. So any suggestions, any help, any support, you can visit to DGFT regional offices or you can contact DGFT offices. Every day we are conducting VC, online VC. You can approach to us through online video conference. So thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for giving this opportunity. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights on and the expert perspective on international trade and entrepreneurship. To formally conclude this session, I invite Dr. K. Bhuvaneshwari to propose the vote of thanks and honor the inaugural session.
Respected dignitaries, esteemed speakers, faculty members, organizing committee, dear participants and friends, as we come to close the day of day one, it's proud to privilege to propose a vote of thanks. First and foremost, I express our heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest and our distinguished speakers for enlightening us with their valuable insights, thought-provoking ideas and inspiring words. Your session truly set the tone of this program and gave us much to reflect upon you. I sincerely thank our resource persons and panelists for sharing their knowledge and experiencing so generously.